machine I know nothing about. 4.5 horsepower, 190cc, non-self-propelled. The owner said that it hasn't been used in a long time because the previous person that was using it did something that actually bent the blade. So I have the blade taken care of, but now I don't know what else it needs to be done. They said just to look at it and make sure it ran good, so let's see what we can do. It's been on its side, so we're going to need to check the oil. I need to wash it off first. I had it on its side, so it won't just read all the way to the top. This brings up another thing. If you ever have your mower on its side to change the oil or whatever reason you need to have your mower on the side, make sure it's the side of the carburetor facing up. Hair over full. This isn't bad. The only thing that can happen with that is you could potentially hydrolock it if it's too full. The oil will seep past the piston rings and go into the combustion chamber, and it will just make it smoke. So, what else do we have here? The pull cord is down here. Cable works pretty good. Do we have any gas in it? Appears to be no gas in it. The decisions. Do I put fuel knowing that it might not run? I might as well. We can always clamp it off if we need to. This is non-ethanol fuel. This is a backup mower, so I'm going to do two things. One, I'm not going to fill it up very much. It's just enough to kind of test it. It's maybe a quarter of a tank, if that. And two, even if it does sit for a long time, non-ethanol fuel will make it a lot safer to store for longer periods. It's good for like a year or two, I think. Maybe even 2 years, I don't remember. But at least a year. So far dry. The plug is good. Let's give her a decent amount of pumpage. Give her a pull and see what happens. Oh, that's right, it's down here. Should be pretty self-explanatory on that one, not really much to do. So I'm going to get together what I call a service kit, which is going to be a spark plug, air filter, oil, and we will just do that, maybe a good pressure washing. And this is going to be a video on how to just bring your mower out of storage. They did it the right way. They let it run out of gas, so that's good. That's how you want to do it. There's other videos that say you can put Sta-Bil or some type of preservative in there. No, just don't. Maybe if you have a fuel shutoff and a plastic tank, it potentially could work. I say that because the carburetor is metal. If it gets cold, it will condense. Condensation will form, get inside the gas, because the entire fuel system is open to the atmosphere. So there's going to be humidity and condensation in there. The only reason why I say maybe a plastic fuel tank is it doesn't condense nearly as easy or have condensation built on it nearly as easy. So that's the only way I would ever recommend it. If not, put a zip tie towel, something to tie down the handbrake, let it run until it stops, so it just run out of gas. Okay, so let me go ahead and get that stuff ready and be right back. Okay, so first things first, 5/16. Now the sizes on here is only for rigs, but this process is done on the same thing, like on Hondas. Ooh. That's not good. That's nasty. So now, let's take the new one, which is definitely not nasty. Put that in there. 5/16. What that will do is it kind of choke it. You'll be sitting there going through something that might be a little thicker, a little heavier, and you'll notice black's chugging happening, or black smoke coming out and chugging happening, and that obviously is not good. You're choking the engine at that point from the dirty filter. Oil will choke it. It will still get air, don't get me wrong, but it's not going to be nearly as much as it should be getting to operate efficiently. Yeah, and as you can tell, the plug is pretty black, so it's been probably like that for a long time. So this next part is something that I primarily only do for engines that I can tell haven't had anything like this done in a long time. What I do is, this just has a little bit of marble, and it's in a little bottle. I'm going to put a little bit down the spark plug hole. And it will smoke, don't get me wrong. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the handbrake and slowly pull the whole cable. I don't want to shoot this out everywhere. And then in addition to that, and I mean a very small amount, so I put about a quarter of a tank. So that's like, I don't know, 4 ounces. I think this is a 16-ounce tank, maybe 20 ounces total, so maybe 5 ounces in there. I'm going to put just a couple, quick little squirt, maybe a quarter of an ounce in the gas tank. What that's going to do is, since it hasn't ran for such a long time, I want to kind of lubricate the valves, just to kind of get all the dust and grime and everything off, and maybe help break up some of the carbon that's been built up on there. Technically, if you want to do this 100% right, you would just take off the head, take a wire wheel, and wire wheel all the carbon off, and again, new head gasket. Just barely tight. Okay. So, like I said, when I turn this on, it is going to smoke. So, you might just do that outside. I already changed the oil. I did that off because I used my oil pumper. 10W30, I just use Supertech oil. It's basically the same thing as Amazon Basics. And a lawnmower should be fine. Other than that, I will be pressure washing this. Blade has already been sharpened and balanced, so all that should be good. If you do this every spring, and potentially even the fall time, if instead of the spring, I would kind of recommend the fall time, just so it can be ready for you to pull when you first start, with the exception of the oil and the gas, just drain the gas out. But if you do the plug, your filter, blade balancing, sharpening, maybe right before you leave, or whether run the gas out of it, you put the marble in there, just kind of coat the cylinder and the valves when you turn it off for the winter and just kind of let it soak. That would be very useful or very helpful. It's the same principle as putting seafoam in there. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on outside and get this ready, pressure wash it. So this is how you bring back your lawn equipment from the springtime. Make sure it's good to go for the rest of the year. Have any likes, comments, questions, concerns? Definitely leave them below. I will see everyone later. Definitely subscribe and have a good night.